Hey folks, I'm Maxwell Damage, and this is Slay the Spire Down, but with the Downfall mod, because I kinda wanna hop on the bandwagon. I really enjoy this game. Why not do it with you folks? Slay the Spire, at its heart, is a deck-building roguelike game where you create, modify, alter, destroy very frequently in my case, a deck of cards that you use to fight enemies and make your way to Slay the Spire. Except in Downfall, you're kind of doing the reverse. I'm putting the cart before the horse a little bit here, but that's okay. We have one option to start with. It's a bowler hat. The Slime Boss, the hot's slimiest general, can fight as one or as many. Alright, our starting relic, Heart of Goo, whenever you consume, heal 2 HP. What does that mean? Well, we'll find out, okay? Let's go. How does this work? Good question. I don't know if the tooltips and tutorials are going to play in this mode or not. I do have some UI mods installed. The most important mod that I have installed that you will not get to see is everything is the same, but you backflip when you backflip, which we're not playing a character that can backflip, unfortunately. And it looks like we don't have the option to go to the last round. So, where do we want to go? Round 1, Act 1 events have some promise for us. But we also want more cards, which we tend to get in fights. So let's start here. And start by smithing our split smith. So when you stop at a campfire, you have options. You can rest, get 30% of your max HP back, but we just started. Souls is currency. So I'm gonna smith, which is improve one of your cards. We have, starting in our starting deck, 3 strikes, deal 6 damage, which upgrades to do 9 damage. We have 4 defends, gain 5 block, upgrade to do 8. And a tackle, deal 10 damage and do 3 to yourself, which switches to 13 and 3. All of these are 1 energy cost, which is in the upper left. All of these are basic starting cards, which is why they are colored the way they are. Attacks are attacks. Defense and other things make up the skill deck. There's also another type of card that we'll meet later. It's called powers. Split. Choose 1 of 4 times to split into. Split. What does that mean? Well, you hover over a card, and it shows you the keywords off to the side. Split. Lose 4 HP, spawn a slime minion who attacks at the start of each turn. While the slime's alive, your max HP is reduced by 4. If you have no empty slots, your oldest slime is automatically absorbed to make room, granting you 1 strength. And exhaust after it's used means that it is removed until the end of combat. After every combat, your deck refreshes to what it was when you went into the combat, barring any cards being added in between. And Corrosive Spit. Add 6 goop. The next attack deals 1 more damage per goop, removing all goop and triggering any consume effects. So, an upgrade to Split gets you to choose 2 slimes to split into. Corrosive Spit would make it a 0 cost instead of a 1 cost. Cost? How does that work? Well, that'll be easier to show you when I have a different display in front of us. Oh, good! This is going to show. Interesting. Defeat enemies by playing cards from your hand. Cards require energy to play. Once you are out, end your turn. At the start of your turn, new cards are drawn and your energy is replenished. Play defensive cards to gain block when enemies are about to attack you. Block reduces incoming attack damage but wears off at the start of your next turn. During your turn, you can observe an enemy's intent above them. If an enemy is intent on attacking you, be sure to gain some block. I'm ready! Okay. So, We're going to start off splitting into... Now we have 4 options here. Bruiser Slime attacks for 5 every turn. Gorilla Slime attacks 3 to everyone on the board each turn. Mire Slime attacks for 2, applies 2 goop. Leeching Slime attacks for 2, grants 2 block. Right now, it doesn't necessarily matter what order they go in. Later, it will. So... let's just get some extra block at the front right now to start with. Heal 1 enemy, take a little bit of damage. Now, you notice that intent is a negative effect, a debuff. That is not an attack, a defend. There are different intents and designs for different things. You get to used to reading them for what they are after a while. That applies weak, but we'll talk about that when it comes up again. 18 soul currency, add a card. What do we have? Combo tackle. Deal 11 damage, do 3 to yourself, draw a card. Split Mire. Split into a Mire Slime, which is the Goop Slime. Command 2 times. Your leading slime, the furthest to the right, attacks. Exhaust, remove, we already talked about that. Chomp. Deal 7 damage. Reduce the cost of a random tackle card in your hand to 0 this turn. Notice, this turn, all of those things happen and they do exactly what it says on the box, on the tin. Until they don't, because there's a bug or an uncommon interaction, but we'll deal with those as they come. So this changes the cost this turn. There are some that will say this combat, or until it is next played. Just pay attention to the minor differences. We're gonna start here, because Goop sounds like a good idea. And Tackle has too much self-damage for me to want to immediately start building into that. Question marks are unknown. Usually it's some sort of event within the Spire. You find yourself in a room filled with racks of test tubes, beakers, flasks, forceps, pinch claps, stirring rods, tongs, goggles, funnels, pipets, cylinders, condensers, and even a rare spiral tube of glass. Why do you know the name of all these tools? It doesn't matter. You take a look around. This is funnier because it's in the base game from the heroes going the other direction. Oh yeah, we're the bad guys, but the good guys. Why? Because we kind of think the good guys are the bad guys in the main game, but we... you know what? Let's just find some potions. Potions go up here. They do exactly what they say during combat. Use them to gain a bonus or hurt the enemy. Oh. Got it. But that's an important thing to notice. They stay with you within rooms. You can drink them or you can throw them. Throwing a single target. Nice. So those were Weak Potion. Apply 3 weak. Weakened creatures deal 25% less damage with attacks. 3 weak means that'll persist for 3 rounds. And that is including the turn it starts. Armorer's Tincture. Gain 4 block each time you play a card this turn. That could help a hand where you have nothing but attacks and you need some shield. Flex Potion. Gain 5 strength. But at the end of your turn, lose 5 strength. Strength adds additional damage to each attack you play. There are some interesting unintended, well, yes intended, but, you know, air quote unintended side effects with those things. But we'll deal with those as they come up. In the meantime, more events. Sometimes the question marks just have fights. Like now. I don't think it matters. So, this enemy is scales fast. Scales? Well, that means that their damage potential keeps increasing. Linearly, in this case. Luckily, we can do enough damage to get around that. So, split into a big bruiser slime. That's just 2 extra damage, but we might need that block. Knowing how this is going to go. Split into a Mire Slime. Command 2 times. Strike again. And sure, we'll throw up the block even though they're not attacking, just out of good common practice. There are things that will matter if you play out the rest of your hand or not. 6 damage, we can just defend for 5. I'll just completely defend this time. do all the damage in the world. But notice, that means every... Yes, so, that's a good point. I should have talked about that. Your deck is over here. That's the draw pile. You notice there are 4 cards left in that. There are 5 cards in our hand. There are no cards left in the discard pile right now because when we ran out, we shuffled them over here and then drew. What's here? Those are exhausted cards, cards we played that we cannot play again this combat, barring other exceptions. So, we're not getting those back, but we do not need them. 12 souls, another weak potion that I'm going to skip. Add a card, Goop Spray. Apply 10 goop and add 2 vulnerable to all enemies. Split leeching, split into a leeching slime. Command 2 times exhaust. Slime Brawl. Play the top card of your draw pile. Repeat for each of your spawn slimes. Exhaust. Notice, gray, common. Blue, uncommon. Uncommon? Is that the official term? I don't remember. We're skipping that. Don't forget your rewards, just click on them to... No. No. I thought I could get to card rarity from here. No, 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 no. Yeah, we can fight the elite. Probably. If not, we'll be sad about it later. So, these things have a special ability called Curl Up. The first time they get hit, they curl up, they get 5 block that turn, which means that it is difficult to kill them in 1 turn. So I would still take 12 damage. That'll still... Dang it, I should have done math ahead of time. That's fine. So far, health is still a resource for us. We're not all that concerned. Skip into a Mire Slime twice. Command it twice. Killed it. Split into Bruiser Slime and a Legion Slime, which is just fine. Play the top card of your draw pile. I didn't even read that the last time, did I? Let's get that back for a second. Play the top card of your draw pile, but repeat it for each of your spawn slimes, then exhaust. So you play that, and it's a burst of whatever's on the top of your deck. The downside is, it's whatever's on the top of your deck, and if it exhausts, it's gone. If it's something that needs a fine target, you don't get to aim it. It's important distinctions. Add a card to your deck. Disrupting Slam. Deal 5 damage to all enemies. Apply 1 weak to each enemy that it intends to attack. Growth Punch. Deal 4 damage, gain 4 block. Consume, which is when you eat goop from an enemy. Eat goop. Okay, whatever. Don't think about it too much. Increase this card's effect by 4 this combat. Finishing Tackle. Deal 12 damage and 3 to yourself, but consume, gain 10 block. I don't really want any of these, but Disrupting Slam being a source of weak is probably good to have for an interim energy potion. I don't think that's going to be more important than the block for us yet. And I am immediately potentially proven wrong. We're going to go ahead and play that. Now, these enemies have a different status effect they start with called Artifact. It negates 1 debuff per stack. So I'm going to play Disrupting Slam. It'll deal 5 damage to everybody. And it negates that 1 stack of Artifact. The next thing would work, but right now, nothing. Ow. Okay, so we are going to split into a Gorilla Slime to attack to everyone, a Mire Slime to get some... Legion Slime for some block. Split into a Mire Slime. Command some more. Now, Goop also counts as a debuff, which is why all of those just got stripped of all their stuff. We're going to take a bunch of damage, though, so we are going to play the top card of the draw pile and repeat for all 3 slimes. Defend, strike, strike, Disrupting Slam, and we did weaken them. They turned them from 9 attack to 6. We're still going to hurt this round, but but it's not going to be as much. It's possible that I was a little over-eager by picking the elites to fight. So when you see cards appear and then duck into our discard pile, Dazed is what we call a status card. It has the things of unplayable, which means we can't play it. If you notice, it doesn't even have a cost. Ethereal. If this card is in your hand at the end of the turn, it's exhausted. Which is okay. There it goes, but it does waste a draw that turn. Okay, you die. You get gooped, and you're the one attacking. But I don't have much to do. Okay, I'm going to attack you in the hopes... Oh, the first time we consume, we get the 2 HP. Good, good, good. In the hopes that, I can kill you this turn. Not need to care about, defending anymore. Corrosive Spit. You aren't attacking, and then the slimes eat me. Good. When we reabsorb the slimes, we get a decent amount of our HP back, 4 per, 35 souls. Darkstone Periac. When you obtain a curse, increase your max HP by 6. Curse cards are negative cards that stay in your deck and are concerning, especially with the new ones that this mod adds. Relics. Relics found throughout the Spire grant unique bonuses and remain throughout your run. They can be found by defeating powerful foes or within chests. Got it. There we go. Power. This card applies a power to you when used. Powers are passive abilities that remain for the duration of combat. That's probably our choice. Oh, wow. Really? So that's what a rare card looks like. Unfortunately, that's not really how we're playing so far. Level up. Power. Gain 2 potency, cost 1, douse in slime, rare 3, apply 14 goop. The next attack used on this enemy does not remove goop. So if you have a whole bunch stacked, you can make a big hit and then another. Finishing tackle, deal 12 damage and 3 to yourself. Consume, gain 10 block. Oh, we already did that once. So even though that's a rare card, arguably it has a big swing to it. I don't think it's as important in our deck, especially at a 3 cost. So let's go. Chest. Toy Ornithopter. Whenever you use a potion, heal 5 HP. That's going to be pretty nice. Okay, so in Downfall, the shops mean this is the merchant from the base game. Now we have to fight him when we stop at a shop. It's only slightly concerning. Alright, they're defending. They have 28 block. They're doing 2 hits 5 times. 2 by 5. So how am I going to get around this? I am not entirely. I'm going to gain the 2 potency. I did not read that off. Sorry. Potency increases the damage of your spawned slimes by 2. So we're going to split into a bruiser and mire. And then Slime Brawl, playing a bunch of cards for low-cost tackle, 5 block. We got a lot of block. We got enough. Alright, and those things do their thing at the start of the round. It's going to buff itself. Goop. Strike. Sure. Take some of our money, which I am not thrilled about, but what can you do? That's 6 goop, which is not a big difference, but strike. And strike. So we did 78 damage. Not great. Not bad. For a first merchant encounter, I'll take it. That's the Heart, who is now our shopkeeper? Question mark? All right, have we had Chomp? Greetings, minion. Deal 7 damage, reduce the cost for a random attack. Yeah, I did. Okay, Vicious Tackle, deal 14 damage, and then 3 to yourself. But this gains twice the damage bonus from Goop. Now that, with that rare card, would have been pretty nice. Split into a Bruiser Slime, command 2 times exhaust. That might be our choice. Gorilla Slime, 2 times exhaust, except that's on sale. I might take that, period. Level up, gain 2 potency. We have one of those, and it's great. Boss cards. You can only play one boss card per turn. They are related to bosses from the main game. Some of them are characters in this mode. Ghost Inferno costs 3. Lose 6 HP, deals 6 damage to a random enemy 6 times. Exhaust. That's... So, the reason that could be very interesting is that 6 times means that if you had that 1 point of strength, if you remember, strength would give us 1 extra point of damage per attack. Specified, attack, not attack card, attack. So that would be, rather than 36, it would 6 by 6, it would be 7 6 times. So 36 to 42. So if you have multiple strength with a card that hits a lot of times, suddenly you're dealing with a much sharper increase. Apotheosis. Upgrade all of your cards for the rest of combat. Exhaust. You can usually tell what deck a card comes from by its border. In this case, green means it's from the Slime Boss deck in the Downfall anyway. And the gray borders indicate that it is a colorless card, which is usable by anyone, and is related to either the colorless cards from the main game or the boss cards from Downfall. Relics we can't buy. Mango, upon pickup, raise max HP by 14. Stone Calendar, at the end of turn 7, deal 52 damage to all enemies. Ori, upon pickup, choose and add 5 cards to your deck. There is a certain appeal to that, because I don't have to take 5 cards. I get 5 choices of cards, like you've seen the pick one of these 3. It would be a good way to boost the deck for relatively cheap, but it would be undirected and possibly not what we want. And the potions. Fear Potion, apply 3 vulnerable. Vulnerable creatures take 50% more damage from attacks. Fruit Juice, gain 5 max HP. Blessing of the Forge, upgrade all cards in your hand for the rest of combat. Now, this is the fun part for me anyway. Card Removal Service. Remove a card from your deck. The cost of this service increases by 25 for the rest of the run, so it starts at 75, goes to 100, 125, etc., etc., etc. So what I think I'm going to do is take a Gorilla Split, remove a strike, because right now our slimes are doing no, not yet. Right now our slimes are not doing enough damage for us. They will, but they're not yet. Do I want both of these? Yeah. Proceed. Another elite time. That is the Gremlin Knob. There's his name. The Gremlin Knob does a lot of damage, and they have a thing called Enrage. Whenever you play a skill, you know, like a defensive card or one of the other modifiers, gains 2 strength. So we need to get rid of them fast. We want a Leeching Slime and a Bruiser Slime. We'll take a Level Up and a Slime Brawl to play a bunch of cards. This is gonna hurt though, because all those skills still counted. Their damage keeps increasing. Alright, so 13. Bruiser Slime does some damage, reabsorb our slimes. Ink Bottle, whenever you play 10 cards, draw a card. This thing can draw a card when you do not want it to. I'm going to try to keep an eye on it, and then it is going to betray us when I'm not paying attention. And by betray us, I mean I'm going to forget. Okay, Protect the Boss. Prevent the next time you would be damaged by an enemy attack absorbing your leading slime instead. I think in this deck that might actually work. Done that. Sampling Lick, 0 cost, apply 4 goop, gain 4 block, exhaust. I think we could use a little more goop in this deck to take advantage of Heart of Goo and get a little more HP back. I still want more events. I still want more smithery. So that would turn into command 3 times. I presume it's the same of all of the split cards. Slime Brawl will lower to cost 1. That is a big deal. Might do that. Level Up would gain another to be 3 potency instead of 2. Disrupting Slam would apply 2 weak and deal 8 damage to all enemies. That might be the real unsung hero here. Sampling Lick turns to draw a card, so it replaces itself when you use it. If it didn't exhaust itself, I would probably do that and use that to cycle our deck faster. Our options here are Disrupting Slam to keep weak going longer, or Slime Brawl exhausts and we don't yet have a way to recover exhausted cards. Oops, I'm sorry, did I reveal that that's a thing? I think we all expected that. So, Disrupting Slam, which will stay in the deck and cycle. It is, because that extra turn of weak and 3 AoE extra damage is going to be a bigger deal. I think that will make, in one turn, there we go. In one turn, Slime Brawl would be a much bigger swing immediately, but Disrupting Slam is going to be a moderate gain over sustained periods of time. As you make your way down a long corridor, you see a banana, a donut, and a box floating about. Oh, upon closer inspection, they're tied to strings coming from holes in the ceiling. There's a quiet cackling from above as you approach the objects. What do? Heal 20, max HP plus 5, or get a relic but get cursed with regret. At the end of your turn, lose HP equal to the number of cards in your hand. I don't have a merchant, but I have 2 events. It's possible I could remove regret by then, and a relic could be a bigger swing than a small health gain. I'm gonna go for it. Frozen Egg. Whenever you add a power card into your deck, upgrade it. Well, alright. Okay. You grab the box. Inside, you find a relic. However, you really crave the donut. You are filled with sadness, but mostly regret. The slaver has a net. That net is a bad news bears. Split that. Defend. We're still going to get hit for some. Can't do much about that. You intend to attack. Let's apply weak. Let's defend. We're going to lose the ability to attack here in a moment. So let's split into that bruiser slime so that we can still attack late. Oh, that was vulnerable. That wasn't the thing I thought it was. But they're not attacking, so that's fine. Sampling Lick. Apply the goop. Taste the goop. And win. We gained XP, or we gained some health back overall. Souls, Ecto Cooler. It's high C. Choose one of 3 random ethereal cards from any class to add to your hand. It costs 0 this turn. It stays in your deck for the rest of the combat, but at its original cost. Add a card. What do we have? Growth Punch. No. I mean, that's certainly an archetype, but that's not the road I started down. And I don't know if shifting is going to be... I don't know if pivoting is going to be healthy for us. Skip. As you come to a dead end to begin to turn around, walls slam down from the ceiling, trapping you. 3 faces materialize from the walls and speak, "Forget what you know and I'll let you go."
I require change to see a new space.
If you want to pass me, then you must grow. I don't think I've ever... Is this fight a new thing? Has to be. Oh my gosh. Okay. Head of change, head of forgetful head, head of growth. Flip Gorilla Slime. I should have leveled up first if that was the plan. And it is. I should have done that first. I would have done 2 more damage to each. What was that? Forgetful. At the end of your turn... Okay, whoa. Transform drawn cards. Transform the first 1 cards drawn this turn. At the end of your turn, choose a card to exhaust. Ugh. The first time you consume each turn, add a lick to your hand. I mean, that would give us a lot of HP back, right? I think it is... Oh, those scale strength. That's not good. What have I done? Let's save that for a moment here. I don't know, folks. This is not a fight I was prepared for. Let's apply some weak. Add more potency. And... strike the head of growth. Bye, Gluttony. This is not going to be fun. Deal 8 damage. Consume does not consume. Ooh. That's nice. That would be 10 damage right now. Actually, another Gorilla Slime. Oh, the block on a Leeching Slime doesn't go up. That's my mistake. Nobody has goop on him? Yeah, that's my fault. Alright. Deal 8 damage. Does not consume goop. That was my 10th card. I saw that coming, but I had to. Alright, this was a much bigger deal than I gave it credit for. And it's... shape huddle. Gain 1 intangible. Intangible reduces all damage taken and HP lost to 1 per attack. Exhaust. Okay. But... hear me out here. What? Do I need to kill them from the bottom up? Oh, this is bad, folks. Alright. We are gaining some HP from the toy ornithopter. And defending. And trying not to panic. I guess I should have seen this totem pole thing coming. Alright, 100 souls. Remove. What do we want to remove? Let's come back to that. I can't hit escape. Okay. Strike. Goodbye. Upgrade a card in your deck. I should have added a card first in case I wanted to upgrade that. That said, Slime Brawl, you're up. Add a card. Oh, I should have... duplicated form. Lose 15 HP and 15 max HP this combat. Gain an energy each turn. The first card you play each turn that targets enemies is played twice. Schlurp. Add 2 licks to your hand. Press the attack. Deal 8 damage, consume, and command. I can't not take that. Goodbye to another strike. And... what was that? Opening tackle? Sure was. Okay. Please give me some help. Purple fire spirits dancing around a large bonfire. The spirits toss small bones and fragments into the fire, which brilliantly erupts each time. As you approach, the spirits all turn to you, expectantly. I am gonna get that 10 max HP. And I got a full heal. The spirits hungrily consume your offering. They gorge themselves on souls, burning brighter as the fire doubles in strength. The spirits dance around you excitedly before merging into your form, filling you with warmth and strength. Your max HP increases by 10 and you are healed to full HP. Very worth it. Acid Slime! What's up? Level up, block, block. Level up, Bruiser. Defend once. We're gonna take a little damage this turn. That's okay. Disrupting Slam. Gorilla and Bruiser. Now, this is about to split because we gotta blow its halfway point. Most slimes do that. That's why we have our gimmick of splitting, expanding, etc. So, we are going to Slime Brawl. We reabsorbed a slime. There we go. And we got almost all that HP back from absorbing all our slimes. Combo Tackle, deal 11 damage, 3 damage yourself, draw a card. Rejuvenating Lick, apply 4 goop, heal 2 HP, exhaust. Vicious Tackle, we've already done. We're gonna take a Rejuvenating Lick, because it's a minor bit of health back. Alright, this is the Silent, or no, the Watcher. Ah, what am I doing? So, the Watcher, we get to see their relics. They have, Niao's Blessing, which is basically the relic that makes this boss fight possible. Otherwise, without that, they'd have 72 HP and way too much energy, and we would get destroyed. Cloak Clasp. At the end of their turn, they gain 1 block for each card unplayed left in their hand. Bag of Preparation. Start with 2 extra cards in hand. Lantern. Start each combat with an additional energy. They got an upgraded card, and they have Ice Cream, so if they don't use all their energy in a turn, it goes to the next one. I don't know how their AI plays with that. That's a big deal. So they are attacking... Sorry, they are not attacking. They are blocking and entering Calm. Calm is a stance. There are things about that. You know what? There is no better time to duplicate ourselves than right now. As we go on, I'm going to be narrating little bits of play-by-play, a little less, presuming that we get a little more familiar. Alright, so let's level up. I was really hoping to get a card that gave us some slimes. Or defense. Throw the weak potion. So now we healed some. We are going to take 10 damage total. And opening tackle, play it twice. Yeah, we took a little bit of damage ourselves. Point is, that vicious tackle now costs 0. This tackle now costs 0. Yeah, we took some hurt in this turn. We will get a little HP back. Play our Bruiser Slime. Defend against that Talk to the Hand, which is... I'm not going to be able to have the presence of mind to read all those. Please understand that I care about them. But I may not have the unmind flooded to properly deal with things that are not active in my brain. Alright, they are going to gain a whole bunch of blocks, so we're going to split. We're going to split. And Slime Brawl. We absorb something else. Yeah, we got enough block to tackle. Cool. Now they have 20 block. Our slimes tear through that. Good thing they're not gonna live. Whoop. All right, 97 souls, and add a card to the deck. Teamwork. X cost. X means however much energy you have left, you put into the card. Command. X times. Gain 5 block. X times. That's pretty cool. Leech life, deal 12 damage, consume, heal HP to equal to the enemy's goop, exhaust. Also cool. Reformation plus. When you absorb a slime, gain 1 strength and 1 dex. I mean, I like it. On the other hand, we're not doing much of the attacking. Oh, dexterity is like strength, but for defense, so every block is worth that many more points of a block. We're not, I guess since we still have all those tackles and tackle summoning cards in the deck that we could benefit from that. I really want to take the teamwork though, but it does have defense, and it doesn't exhaust. We would have to probably start cutting some more cards though. See, the answer to this really kind of depends on what we get offered else as a boss prize. You know what I mean? Oh, we're taking the teamwork, the X cost. Proceed! What's in the box? Black Heart of Goo. Whenever you consume, heal 4 HP. I'm guessing that replaces that? Oh boy. Runic Dome. Gain an energy at the start of your turn. You can no longer see enemy intents. I don't know Downfall well enough to do that. Actually, does that take away from reading the boss cards at the end of the act? Because, man, that would be rough. Runic Pyramid. At the end of the turn, you no longer discard your hand. That has a lot of potential, but also a lot of downsides, and if you end up choked at 10 cards, you can't draw any more. As much as I want an extra energy, I don't want it at the cost of the dome. So I think I just take the Black Heart of Goo. It replaces the Green Heart. Intruders in the city. Alright, continuing to descend the Spire. I am still wanting to be event heavy, but this path can do it. Alright, we are going to upgrade X+1, because that means no matter when this pops up, even at 0 energy, you can play it for 1. 1 command and 1 grouping of 5 block. I like that. Do I like it a lot? That just draws a card. I think I like it better than these options. Huzzah. Spheric Guardian. Block is not removed at the start of its turn, so it's going to keep piling up more and more. And I don't have a great way to deal with that. Which one is the Mire Slime? 2 goop? We're doing that first. Get rid of the artifact. Split into a Leeching Slime and a Bruiser Slime. Wait a minute. Am I silly? I am. That was a duplicated form that was already upgraded because we have the Frozen Egg. I should have realized that. I am a dummy. Weak. I want to block that 7. Take that HP. Command for a lot of stuff. Block that 7 and hopefully also block the debuff. Nope, now we're frail. Gain 25% less block from cards for 5 turns. Bye! Eat 'em. Yeah. Swift Potion, draw 3 cards. Alright, another Disrupting Slam, but upgraded. Roll through, deal 5 damage to all enemies. You do not take damage from the next 2 tackle cards. I mean, AoE is hard to come by right now, isn't it? Besides the slime that is obviously weaker. Navigating an unlit street, you come across several hooded figures in the midst of some dark ritual. As you approach, they turn to you in eerie unison. The tallest among them bears fanged teeth and extends a long, pale hand towards you.
Join us, slimy lord, and feel the warmth of the Spire.
Accept, remove all strikes, receive 5 bites, lose 23 max HP. Yeah! That's still 50 plus. The tall figure grabs your arm, pulls you forward, and sinks his fangs into your neck? You feel a dark force pour into your neck and course through your body. You wake up sometime later, alone. An intense hunger passes through your belly. You must feed. A long line of hooded figures can be seen entering an unassuming cathedral. The moment you enter the cathedral, the figures turn to you. Your ears are nearly instantly filled with a cacophony of gasps, cheers, and caca! One of the cultists approaches you with an offering. A ritual dagger, deal 15 damage. If fatal, permanently increase this card's damage by 3. Exhaust. Accept, gain cultist potion, which gets you 3 strength every turn? 2? I forget what the potion is. Very tempting. But this is early. If we use that to end even half our combats, that's going to be a huge card. Eyeing a dangerous-looking weapon lying on an altar, you cut through the line of cultists and simply take your prize. You are quickly surrounded by cultists. Murder! Murder! Thank you, Tisiphone. Caca! The cultists quickly draw their own daggers, slicing and slashing as you push through them to exit the building. You again? We are unlikely to get this again before the end of the round, and we are also unlikely to actually kill the merchant. Okay. Let's not this time. We're gonna take the level up. We're gonna defend. Trust me. Every time you fight the merchant has 1 more point of damage they do per money attack. Take some of that health back. Notice we have the green portion of our bar that denotes how much we're getting back from the other slimes. Bite. Bite. Splitting is not going to be terribly helpful. So let's just command. Alright. About half damage, give or take, done to the merchant on the beginning of the second act. We're doing alright. We only have 126 in this shop, though, and we're missing out on some... Oh, no! That would have made that great. Chemical X, the effects of your X cost cards are increased by 2, which would have meant that upgraded, we play that with 0 energy for 3 per, and at full energy for 6 right now. Would have been nice. We've seen that. I think I'm gonna buy it. Because we're generating enough slimes in quick succession that it's acceptable. Other things down here. Happy Flower, every 3 turns, gain an energy. Sundial, every 3 times you shuffle your draw pile, gain 2 energy. Our deck is a little too big to want to do that. Living Wall, gain 12 block, apply 4 goop to attackers this turn. Flame Tackle, deal 15 damage and 3 damage to yourself. Tackles deal 2 more damage this combat. That's on sale. Also, Discovery, colorless. Choose one of 3 random cards to add into your hand. It costs 0 this turn. Exhaust. Quick Study, choose one of 3 bosses. Gain a copy of each of its boss cards. They cost 0 until played. Also, can't get it. I want that Chemical X, and that means it will not show up in later shops. I'm kinda sorry about that. I think we're taking Protect the Boss. And not doing anything else. I would like a smaller deck, but I don't think that's happening this go around. And I don't want to skip that elite. Let's go. These are the slavers. They all do different things and debuffs. This is going to be a little rough. What other options do I have? Protect the boss, so we are going to take some less HP damage. Presuming I can get some good stuff going. Get some gorilla slimes. Alright. Essentially, do I damage, or do I take damage in favor of dealing some? I think I do that. That regret hurt. This is a rough turn. That's a great thing to have happen. I should have done that first. That's fine. 15 block? Almost enough. Yeah, we're doing that. Why? Because next turn, I think I see this. I hope to see the 0 cost split. I don't. Kill, increase the damage, split into a Mire slime. No? Maybe? Oh, we're gonna roll through first, then split into a Mire slime. Get some goop going, and nearly die. Okay. Now how do I get out of this? Damage, heal 2. Drink the flex potion. Get 5 health. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Another gorilla and a bruiser. Oh yeah, that costs 8 hit point health. I didn't think that through. Oh, really? Oh, that's rough. What do you mean, new character that's silent? There we go. Well, I was not expecting that to, flop like that. What did I say about not paying attention to the small things and then they catch you? And if I didn't say that, I should have, because my hubris. Till next time, folks.